Good morning, Ken Lewis here. I wanted to tell you about my 6 year keto journey. I know a lot of people try keto. I just thought I'd throw in my 2 cents since I've been on it a long time and seen a lot of different ways it works. And I like keto. I can't do carnivore very easily because it's just too restrictive. I like a little more variety. And I can stay on keto, and I've lost a lot of weight on keto. And I've gained some back, and I'll tell you about that. So about 6 years ago, we got introduced to keto, and we've been understanding it. And I've got 2 recipe books full of recipes. But here's the key: I lost. I'd already lost some, just low carb in it and stuff. So I probably lost 60, 70 pounds, and I've gained back. I gained back about 30 pounds, which I'm now getting rid of. And here's one of the things I've found on the keto journey. First of all, you've got to do a good straight keto. I like different things, so I've tried every kind of recipe for cookies and tortillas and etc. etc. And I stopped losing weight, so then I would fast, and I dropped 5 pounds at a time by fasting. When I got stuck, I started at 280 after losing some. I'd been up to 311 at one time on a balance beam scale. And basically, when I was traveling the country and preaching around, I kind of averaged out about 294. And I'm a fairly muscular guy, so I held it pretty well. I had pretty much a flat stomach, but I had a lot of fat on me, and I wanted to get it off. And I've tried everything you can think of, from Weight Watchers to the one you buy them. Maybe it's the one I can't even remember right now, that you pay about $300 a month and you eat their food and stuff. Here's what I found: keto works great. If you want to lose weight, you have to be strict on your keto, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. If you just want to maintain, you can spread out a little bit, make some cookies or eat some pumpkin pies or something like that. But you have to be real careful. And what happened is I lost down to 210 at one point. Actually, it was about 209. And then I stayed around 212, 13 for a while, and then just slowly gained it back. Because what happened to me 2 years ago is I sold my house, and when I moved to my new house, I couldn't find a house that I wanted, so we bought a fixer-upper. And 2 years ago, we've been fixing it up all this time, and it's been quite a journey. But I'm in my 80s right now, my lower 80s, and so what I found important was I could not lose anything if I was like strict keto, but I made some cookies, Victoria's recipes. She's a wonderful gal. I used some of hers with the bamboo powder, and which is a lot of fiber, and it was really no carb per cookie, maybe a little bit of a carb per cookie. I make my own recipes. I've made ice cream. I've made everything under the sun because I kind of like the variety. But what I found when I got to the place where I got up to 240.8, I said, that's it. I tried doing keto, eating the cookies that I made, and I thought, why wouldn't that work? I ate some Chalk Zero, wonderful, delicious stuff, but my wife's glucose would shoot up after an hour or two, shoot sky high. Mine would go up maybe 15 points when I checked it, because we've bought all kinds of meters and stuff to read things. So I discovered that if I eat the cookies and stuff, I can't lose any weight. So I realized lately that I need to get back on keto seriously. I always never went off keto, just didn't do it seriously. And to do it seriously, I cut out those cookies, Chalk Zero, and any kind of the Rip Van wafers, that are very good. We used all diet stuff, but it doesn't work. And I'm here to just share the fact that if you're going to do keto, understand it and do it seriously. Don't eat cookies, don't eat any kind of fake sweets and so forth. Stick with it and you'll lose weight. I have dropped 7 pounds the first week of going back on it, strictly. And all I cut out was my cookies, a few cookies each day, eating bacon all the time. Now what I do is I don't eat any of those cookies or no Chuck Zero, nothing bought processed sweet stuff. And I don't eat bacon all day. I've relegated myself to 2 meals, lunch, which we do about noon, and maybe some eggs for supper because we have some chickens. So then I started losing immediately, and it's just kept coming. And I realized, hey, that's what I needed to do on keto to lose the weight. So I will go down, and every time you get a stall, you need to cut down further if you want it to go after a few days. I know people say, don't look at the scale. Well, how is she going to tell? Your clothes? Yeah, my clothes, I wear the same ones when I was real low till the time I gained 30 pounds. They all fit pretty much the same except for some shirts. So I dropped a lot of my belly already in just a week's time. I'm talking about 7 days. So if you're going to do keto, it's the best diet I've ever been on to keep the weight off. Because I had done Atkins, everything under the sun, and I'd lose 60 pounds, put on that back in a short time. This hasn't worked that way. So I like to smoke meat, and I like to cook. I like a little variety. But we do kind of a ketovore, you might say now. We have meat for every meal, but we'll have a vegetable, put some cabbage in with some hamburger and some toasted sesame oil on it. It's very tasty, things like that. But I don't eat broccoli, I don't eat anything else besides that. Once in a while, I've done, this last week, I had a tossed salad when we went out to eat. And I was very strict on what I put on it. So, just a few words of wisdom. If you're going to lose on keto, so many people have told me, well, I tried it, it didn't work for me. Well, that's not true. It'll work for you. And the thing of it is, you need to make sure that you do strict keto. Do not eat between meals. You don't have to. I know my wife struggles. She eats between meals. She'll eat just like bacon or something. You'd think keep the weight off, but she's not losing. Me, eating a meal, and I don't stuff myself. Never stuff yourself. Eat a little bit, and you get away from that table, you'll feel great. And I do drink coffee with some sweetener and cream and some collagen in it, and I take my electrolytes. So I hope this maybe helps you. You can get the weight off. You just have to, you'll feel so much better. Your body will feel so much better. And as you age, you want to get that. That was my idea. I got to get this weight off as I get up my 80s. Get it off. So I started in my late 70s. Like I say, 6 years. I'm 81 now, so about 75. I started doing keto. So I hope it helps you. How do you find out about it? Go online, look at things. Make your chaffles. Use those for bread. Don't try to make other kind of breads. It just doesn't work. Chaffles are good, and we don't use almond flour. We use whey protein in lieu of the flour. Okay, and the egg and stuff. We do it the same. So get yourself a little dash, mini dash, a couple of them or whatever. If you want to make 2 at a time. And try to stay away from all kinds of alternative sweet things, because you can talk yourself into, oh, this is okay. It's not. Strict keto while you're losing weight. Spread it out when you get that weight off, and slowly add foods back. But when you start gaining, you better cut it back down again. I hope that helps. That's my journey on keto. That was really good losing it. When I first lost from originally, actually I came from about 294 down to 209. I'm trying to get the other stuff off now and go below that, but you gotta just sacrifice. It's not hard. I never get hungry. I just eat a small amount, small portion for lunch, and a small portion about 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the evening. I don't touch anything else. I'll drink a cup of coffee with a little sweetener in it. That's it. Okay? It'll work for you. I just wanted to share that, and hopefully it helps somebody. Well, God bless you. Thanks.